I still love watching Tony Pollard. It just I don't know if he's a single back or you do need to split up those carries with him, but he's just such a dynamic player. And then I wanted to fast forward this to how does Dallas, with what you saw last night, match up with what they're going to face with San Francisco?
Well, when I watched San Francisco last week and saw what Christian McCaffrey did on his first carry, I tweeted out every time I watch Christian McCaffrey, I wonder why the Cowboys don't create the same kind of plays for Tony Pollard, because I think they are very similar players. A lot of people argue that Pollard's not tough enough, can't take the contact, but he led the NFL in yards rushing after first contact this year. Tony Pollard did. So he's a strong guy in addition to being fast and elusive. And they were really fortunate to have. I almost, when you asked me that question about who the most important Cowboy is other than Dak, I almost said Tony Pollard, because they wouldn't have been able to establish a running game last night without Tony Pollard's quickness. You saw what Ezekiel Elliott did in the game. Pollard is just such a unique player, such a great space player, and yet he's proven he can be an every down type player. He's going to make a lot of money this offseason. As for how the Cowboys match up, I'd be worried about my kicking situation. Brett Maher became the first kicker in NFL history to miss 4-point after touchdown attempts. So every Dak Prescott touchdown revealed a weakness we weren't aware of that they were going to have. Because according to Elias, Dan, and you worked at ESPN, so you know the value of our stats and information people. According to Elias, 16,207 games have been played in the NFL, and the stats compiled since 1932. And never in all that time, in all those games, has any kicker missed 4 extra points in the same game, much less in succession in a playoff game. So I think that's a big thing. And I think the other big thing for the Cowboys is, are they going to be able to tackle well enough? I didn't like what I saw for the first time last night from Trayvon Diggs as a corner. He really improved his tackling and his willingness to do so this season. I don't think he was great last night in that regard. I think Leighton Vander Esch was big coming back. But, I mean, George Kittle, if it's not Travis Kelce, then he's the best tight end in football after the catch. Christian McCaffrey is an unbelievable player in every role. He's going to get a lot of yards after the catch. And then Deebo Samuel is the best receiver in football after the catch. Showed that again last week and reminded the Cowboys in their playoff exit last year to the 49ers in the first round just how devastating a player he can be.